From a really young age, I've always looked forward to Independence Day. And this year, of course, with COVID-19, will be one of the years where I will not be able to do that, like many of you in Trinidad and Tobago. So we decided to take a look at what that first ever Independence Day celebration would have been like. Because for us, it might feel a little bit routine, but we have to remember that once upon a time, there were some people experiencing that moment live, in real time, and being just left breathless and in awe of what they would see and what would become for us just a regular part of our culture.
Trinidad is a Real Place is brought to you by the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, at the forefront of energy.
Trinbagonians can find the joke even in a serious situation. Our sense of humor is second to none. But for every story that may seem unreal, there's another of people who make TNT a better nation. Because we are real people, our dreams are real, and Trinidad is a real place.
West India Regiment goes back way 1795. They have fought many battles and won many battle honors.
Major Maskell will refer to it as the first visible signs of West Indian living together unity. And they started a recruitment.
Soldiers from all the West Indian islands at the time. It's Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent. And it was disbanded in 1927, 132 years. Mr. Bustamante, I recall quite clearly, he wanted the Jamaicans to get out of the Federation. So they had what they call a referendum. The guys from the other islands, they had an option either to join the British Army, stay in Jamaica, come to Trinidad.
Those that were recruited in Trinidad had two choices.
That was to come and join the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment or take a discharge from the army. And we had no alternative anyhow. And one of the conditions for Trinidad gaining independence is to have an armed force. So we're preparing now for independence.
Everybody, of course, was anxious to do the parade because that is the show of the army.
When the West India Regiment was formed, a group of us formed a band to go to Jamaica. So we established the first band there. What was important, we were going to be doing the national anthem for the first time.
The first parade for independence was in the night. It was the 30th, and at midnight is when the flag, the Union Jack came down, and our national flag was raised.
From the time we played the anthem and the flag went up, the crowd just burst out into applause. Every time I hear the national anthem, it brings goosebumps because you think about the first time you played it on that night.
I was responsible for what you call street lining. That's where you have a number of soldiers about 5 meters away to keep the public from getting mixed up with the soldiers.
We were few in numbers. As a result, you were involved in many things.
My first experience on an independence parade was in the Coast Guard in 1969. Right? There were about 60 of us on the parade. I'm from the 15th take Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard. Everybody had butterflies, so we had very, very little sleep.
As recruits, we were more than ready. We were fit. The adrenaline was flowing, but we were all excited to be there to represent the force as the first females of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. It was really an awesome experience. Now, what happened that morning was an experience for me. They decided to put me in a position to lead the detachment, the women detachment, from the Savannah straight to the St. James Academy, the barracks then. That appointment is normally done by an officer. Why I say that the experience for me in 1980 is one I will never forget. At the end of that parade in St. James Barracks, I was introduced to a young man who was a Lance Corporal then. That young man turned out to be my husband of 35 years this year, with 3 children and 2 granddaughters. So it was really an experience for me I could never forget. Doing an independence parade as a service person, there's always a level of excitement because it's an opportunity you get to represent your country in a special way.
That was something that will take me to my grave.
You sign on the dotted line to serve your country, right? And you have an opportunity to do so.
I always stick with the Army, always support, always like the Army. As a matter of fact, all my pay was spent on extra kit and picked photographs.
I'm proud to be a Trinidadian.
Trinidad is a Real Place was brought to you by the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, at the forefront of energy.